Hello, thank you for joining A Framer's Touch for Happy Hour. Today's guest is watercolor artist Lieta Gratteri. Lieta, are you there?
Hi, Lita.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for
Great.
joining us today.
Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored.
Well, I've known you for quite a few years, and it just seems like your artwork has been on this upward trajectory, just faster and faster. It's amazing to see all of your art and how you've grown as an artist. And what really is amazing is you've only been doing this for what, 9 years?
Yeah, about 9 years now. You know, time flies.
What made you start or want to be an artist? How did that all evolve?
Well, I always wanted to do watercolors, and raising 3 children, that was on the back burner. So once my third child got into high school, I took a couple classes at Walters in Hillsboro, and I just kind of took it from there.
Yeah.
I was determined.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, and also of all the mediums that you could have chosen, watercolor has to be the most difficult.
Well, that's what people tell me. I mean, I've experienced a couple others, the acrylics, the oils, which I love them all, but watercolor is the one that I am been very driven and determined to stay with. I know to make it work, you got to go through a lot of bad phases.
Well,
So,
very impressive, very impressive.
oh, thank you.
You tend to lean towards wildlife, birds, ducks. So what is your inspiration?
Well, for one thing, I mean, birds are pretty cheerful, happy, and I happen to live on the wetlands in Hillsboro. And so I would say over 50% of my paintings come from photos or things that I have seen right out my front door. So that's just a huge inspiration. And we live in that area where we tend to have a lot of very gorgeous, beautiful, nice sounding birds. And so what can you say? To me, it's a happy place.
It's very impressive because you choose watercolor, which is very difficult, and birds. You can make something up as landscape, but to paint birds with watercolor just adds to the difficulty level.
Well, now to me, my paintbrush goes right to the bird. So
That's amazing.
So we all have our thing that we are drawn to.
And then you have a very unique way of mounting your originals. Most artists just will paint an original painting on watercolor paper. They'll mat it and put it in a cellophane bag, and then the customer could pick out a frame. But you've taken it one step further to create more of a contemporary piece. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, well, in the beginning, I really thought that the only way you could do watercolor is to mat it and frame it in glass and whatever. And I do love that, and I still do some of them that way, especially larger ones. But I kind of came across different ideas on how to mount my watercolor onto, they call them cradle wood panel boards. And you use, of course, special glues, special adhesives, special sealers, because you don't have the glass to protect them. But I just love that feeling and the look, and it's a lot easier to transport them, let me tell you.
I bet.
Yes.
Gosh. And to reflect back a little bit, 2019 has to be one of your banner years. I did some research on you. Did you ever have time to sleep, Lieta, last year?
Well, let me tell you, there was a few grouchy days in there, but I think I kind of overbooked myself. I thought, oh, that's 4 months off. I can do that. Oh, all of a sudden I have 3 in July. But I made it through, and it was amazing. And the outpouring of amazing customers and support is what keeps you going.
Yeah.
Of course, this year's a whole different program with our virus situation.
It is. It is. We're really living in some very tough, unprecedented times, and I think things would be changing for us. We have to figure out how we can connect with people and
Yes.
get the artwork out there.
Yeah.
I love your idea about having events in your home where you're opening up your home studio. You've come up with a very creative way to beat the system, so to speak. Can you tell us about what your plans are when the...
Well, thank you. You know, Open Studios kind of got my head going on this because I've had very good luck with doing the Washington County Open Studio tours. So then I thought, well, shoot, I don't want to do this just once a year. So I and a couple good friends, we've come up with an idea, and I've chosen to open my home. I have the space now that the kids are gone. And in the summertime, we're hoping to do artists outside and open it up to other people that want to join in. But 4 times a year, we have on our calendar that we're opening my home, and we're going to display our artwork. And it's so fun to mingle and let down with people. And I'm praying that we will get to try that this year. We've already had to cancel our April show. So we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And if we can bring people happiness, then that's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, and this has also been an opportunity for people to reflect about what provides them comfort and happiness, where you're at home all the time. You know, there's only so much Netflix one can watch.
Hey, tell me. Yeah. I feel blessed. My artist friends and I, we say, what would we be doing if we didn't have our art, our studios, our friendships, you know? And we've done some online art groups so we can share our items in our home. So
nice.
We all do what we have to do to stay connected and to still be with our people. Right. Well, Kristen, you're one of the first people that contacted me to have a show at A Framer's Touch. And of course I panicked, and it was wonderful. It's just opened up so many things for me, and I want to continue that. And we need to just promote each other and keep it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your next actual show is going to be at the South Store Cafe for July and August. Where is the South Store Cafe located at?
The South Store Cafe it's Laurel area.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's been there for many, many years. They do all their own home cooked foods, and he has been generous enough to let me show my art there last year. And this year, I will be July and August, and it just fits in his little decor out there really nicely. So anyway, we can only hope that will take place this year.
Fantastic. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I see you are in your studio. Can you give us a couple, show us around a little bit?
Well, let's see. Behind me, this is kind of my little gallery wall that I have set up here. And it's some of my cards. Yeah, well, thank you. You know, it's some of my small items. And I have it set up in here all the time.
That's great.
I have cards that I sell, little 4x4 pieces, a lot of things that I've sold at your place. Anyway, that's my what I have clean right now, okay? It's like, okay, Kristen's coming, I got a clean house.
There you go. No, you don't have to do that for me.
Yeah. So anyway, I've actually sold a few things on Facebook in the last 3 weeks, and I sit it on my front door, and they leave the money on the front door. And so things still have a way of working out.
That's wonderful. And we thank you so much for joining us.
And
cheers.
Cheers. And it's going to be a good one.
It will. Lieta, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful afternoon, and we will talk soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you for spending happy hour with us. We hope you enjoyed your time with Lieta as much as we did. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on one of our happy hours, you can find us on our social media sites, or you can email us at info@aframerstouch.com. Following this video, we will list all the ways that you can reach watercolor artist Lieta Gratteri. Today's guest is local artist Lieta Gratteri. Try it one more time. Takes away. Thing is, because this moment, I forget the word, we're going to be able to get out in public soon.
The South Store Cafe is,
Let's try it again. Thank you for spending happy hour with us. I hope you enjoyed it as much as, no. Thank you for spending your, thank you for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed it. Start again.